Hey everybody, it's Peter from Brantford Kia, and today we're going to do a little bit different video. We're going to talk about what to look for on a test drive, or more importantly, what you should know about the vehicle you're looking at before you leave the dealership. Because there's so many things that you can research online nowadays, it's kind of hard to figure out what you should be looking for when you actually come to the dealership. A lot of people think they know a lot about the cars when they get there, but there's a few things you should know. A lot of people don't realize that cars with different levels of horsepower, sometimes a car with less horsepower is actually faster than a car with more horsepower. It can change based on gearing, based on weight, aerodynamics, all kinds of things. So now we're going to go over some practical things to look at when you're on a test drive so that you know what to look for when you're going out with different dealerships and looking at different cars. The first thing you should look at when you get in a new car is seat comfort. Does the seat feel comfortable for you? Now keep in mind, most modern cars have a lot of adjustments. The Kias all have height adjustments, so you can go up or down. So if it feels too low or too tall, you can always adjust that. But also look for soft touch materials. Where are your touch points? Is your elbow in a nice soft place if you have it on the armrest, or is it a hard place? Same thing with on the door panels. Look for soft materials where you naturally put your arms and legs. The other thing to look at is the steering wheel. Kia vehicles often have tilt and telescopic steering, so it can go up and down, but it can also come closer to you or further away. Those are things that you're going to want to play with and get used to before you ever leave the dealership lot. So before you even go on a test drive, you're going to want to check all these things. You're going to spend thousands of hours in this seat, and it's got to work for you. Just because somebody on YouTube says it's comfortable doesn't mean it's going to be comfortable for you, so make sure it works for you and spend the time to get it adjusted to make sure you're comfortable. Another thing to check is rear seat comfort. Now, a lot of people think you have to move to a bigger car to have more rear seat space, but that's not really true. This Kia Soul is a very small car, compact, easy to drive, and it's got tons of room, a lot of headroom, a lot of leg room. And the other thing I really like is my legs sit flat on the seat in the back seat, and I'm about 6 feet tall. A lot of cars that aren't very comfortable in the back, even bigger cars aren't as comfortable as this small car in the back. You also want to check adjustability. Does the rear seat recline? Those are all nice things to have if you take adults along. If you take kids, make sure your car seats fit. Make sure that they're comfortable. Look for wide opening doors if you have car seats, because wide opening doors help you to put your kids safely in the car seat easily. And you want to make sure that you're securing your kids safely every time. Wide opening doors are huge for that kind of thing. Another thing to look for when you get to the dealership is, does the car you're looking at have great visibility? A lot of time you'll hear on people on YouTube say, oh, this car's got great visibility, this car hasn't got great visibility. You're going to be a different height, you're going to have the seat in a different position. So you have to see, does that car have good visibility for you? Cars like this Kia Rondo are really good for a wide range of people. It's got lots of big windows, it's very easy to see out of. It still sits you taller like a small SUV, but allows you to see down low just like a small sedan. While we're on the topic of visibility, let's talk about advanced safety systems. A lot of cars today have cameras in places we never would have even thought of years ago. They also have radar and sonar systems, things that will beep at you and tell you where cars are coming from, where cars are at, where objects are at. All of these are important, but you have to understand how they work. And a lot of manufacturers implement these technologies in different ways. So even though they serve the same purpose, some are very easy to use, some are difficult to use. When you're at the dealership checking out the vehicle, make sure you understand those safety systems. Did the manufacturer implement them in an easy to understand way, or is it a more complicated system that just adds complexity to your drive? The other thing you need to understand when you come see a car for the first time is the infotainment system. Now, the infotainment system is what a lot of people used to call the radio, but today radios are often touchscreen and they're a computer system. Even in an entry-level Rio like this, there's a small screen with their backup camera on this model, and it has a computer system inside. As with any computer system, software makes the difference on if it's easy to use or complicated. If your salesperson can't explain to you how that system works in the sales process, you're probably going to find it's difficult to use in the ownership process. So the thing I like about Kia's infotainment system is, even in the base system like in this Rio, you've got great Bluetooth features, because this system can do things like download your phone book, so that if you want to call somebody, you just have to give them their name. And we've all been there in a jam. You know you need to call somebody, but you can't remember their phone number. This system will bail you out. So now we're in the car. Let's try to give my boss a call and see if he wants to give me a raise.
Please say a command after the beep.
Call Patrick Hart cell phone.
Calling Patrick Hart on mobile.
Hi, Peter. Do you need me to come and bail you out?
Hey, Pat, I'm just making a video. I was hoping you would maybe give me a raise.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
All right, we'll do that. I'll come inside.
Yeah. Bye.
See you, Pat. One of the final things you want to know by the time you're done your test drive is how big is the trunk. Now, if you're the kind of person who carries around something, you should know if that fits in the trunk. This is the Kia Cadenza. It's the car that pro golfer David Hearn drives around. He knows that his pro golf clubs and his pro golf bag will fit in the trunk easily. What do you carry around? Is it a stroller? Is it camping equipment? Take it with you on the test drive. See if it fits in the car. The final thing you want to look for is, does the car make you feel special? Now, of course, the Cadenza is going to make you feel special. It's a very high-end car. It's a very, very luxurious car. But whatever you drive, it should give you that feeling like, yes, this feels right. If you're not getting that feeling, keep looking for the right car. The final thing you want to consider is the sales department themselves. Now, our salespeople are not on commission. They're interested in finding you the right car for you. They don't care about how much money is in the car or how much money they can make, because they're on salary, not commission. So that makes a difference. Make sure you're getting a good feeling from the sales department. So if you're looking for a great dealer with a great lineup of cars and you want to go for a test drive, swing on down to Brantford Kia.